Hey guys, just had a very sweet class here at Shiloh Farms, and wanted to share something that we ended up exploring, which was about shoulder health and how we place our hands on the floor in poses where the hands are on the floor, and also when hands are in the air, how we use the hands to support the well-being of the shoulders. So there's lots of poses we can look at, and downward dog is a big one, and plank into chaturanga, into cobra is a very common kind of exploration in a yoga practice. So I just wanted to kind of throw out a couple tidbits that you might play with in your own practice this week. One is be aware of how you place your hands. So there's a Sanskrit word, shraddha, and shraddha loosely translates as faith. But we also look at how shraddha is how we place ourselves on the earth. Like, right, this living prayer that we are. How do I place my prayer into the earth? Right, so how are you placing your feet and your hands on the floor on the earth? Has a great impact on the rest of you. So the hands, we got all these 10 fingers, and it's really helpful to use the fingers. So when you have the hands on the floor, you want to root the inner edge of your hand, and you want to root each fingertip down. So there's kind of 4 corners to the hands. We tend to easily root the outer hand, that's why we don't talk about it as much, but really you're rooting the 4 corners of the hand down, so you can even play with that right now and press your hands into the floor and feel those 4 corners of your hands rooting, and then accentuate that inner edge. And then add to it, all the fingers are resting down, and then root, press each fingertip, just enough. You don't need to white knuckle it, but just enough so that the fingertips are strong on the floor, and don't lift them up. Don't lift them, stay connected, okay? So that alone can be really helpful for just arm, shoulder, even neck health. We had several people say, wow, my shoulders and neck feel more relaxed just doing some of this hand work. Okay, so another thing is, a lot of times I see people placing their hands really narrow when they place them down on the floor. Try and widen your hands a little bit. You can think about the middle of the wrist lining up as wide as your outer shoulder. So for some of you, if the hands are on the floor, instead of being here, it might actually widen a little bit so that you have more room, right? More space for your shoulders. And then the third part is that between your pointer finger and your middle finger, those lines are heading straight ahead. For some of us, you can turn the hands even a little bit more so that the pointer fingers are heading straight ahead. And then you place your hands down on the floor. Okay? Come here so you can see it a little bit better. Place them on the floor. No fingertips lifting, fingertips stay down, right? And then you just play, once you've set the hands clearly, with melting the upper back. So here's kind of pressing out where we often are. And then what if you just soften in the upper back? So the arm bones can drop deep into the sockets and the shoulder blades come together. The bottom tips of the shoulder blades move towards one another and down the back. So not this, this. And in order to have enough support to do that, you got to engage your abs and you have to use your legs. All right? Then even from that position, you can go back child's pose, more active child's pose, or fingertips staying down, you can move into a downward facing dog. Okay? So lots to say here about hands and shoulders, but I just wanted to give that quick tidbit, and then I'll come back a little bit later in this week and we can even look at how to use the hands so that you can get into some arm balancing, forearm balancing, in a way that actually supports the opening of the shoulders. So arm balancing is really not about the arms. It's a lot about having open hips and using your feet and your core. So just some tips. Hope you're enjoying your practice. Look forward to practicing with you all. Take care.